sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the turn thing. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
People. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for immediate release of this minister in the Temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. She said 3,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites. Which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the turn thing. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Good morning and welcome to Open Conversations on your Atlantic Television Network. Now, Open Conversation is the network's flagship political platform through which trending political news, events and stories are discussed with stakeholders. Through these conversations, ATN uses political talks about specific issues, party systems and actors to explore hope and engender positive impact to the society. And straight away we'll go into the headlines where River State, Edison fires 25 decamped lawmakers as NDC demands INEC by-elections in 14 days. Still looking party politics, PDP initiates reconciliation efforts.
In Edo State, Labour Party chairman reacts as Cuba aspirant resigns.
We move on to Nasarawa State, where the State Assembly recalls Musa Ibrahim.
In elections aftermath, House of Reps member calls for INEC to be unbundled.
And in Kano State, the NNPP urges the presidency not to interfere. And we have with us today our guest in the studio, Barrister Adubari Manketenan. He is a legal practitioner and a public affairs analyst. We'll take a short break and when we come back, we will be having our guest and we'll be delving into the issues on Open Conversations. To stay tuned.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
It's
Christmas season, hooray! A time to make merry with loved ones, a time to give thanks, and a time to be a blessing. May your holiday season be filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful moments. From all of us in Morrison Communications Limited, Wish 99.5 FM and Atlanta.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics.
Nobody's ambition is what the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
Natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. The POS operator, she said $20,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. The POS operator, she said $20,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles,
From where we are.
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank. The POS operator, she said $20,000 is 1,000 to collect 3,000 naira. Where are we heading to?
I've always said there are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which are you?
no matter how tough the challenge, how high the obstacles, we always overcome.
What Nigerians need now is not about the taunting. Who can come and salvage us from where we are?
Representing people. Mr. President, my people are under siege.
I will place economic stability and confidence.
To condemn this act and call for the immediate release of this minister in the temple of God.
Give us access to our money we put in the bank.
There are two sets of people on earth, the oppressors and the oppressed. And in between are the cowards and the hypocrites, which are you?
No matter how tough the challenge,
Come and salvage us from where we are.
All right, welcome back to Open Conversation on Atlantic Television Network, everyone. This is a long day. My sleeves are rolled up, and I hope yours is rolled up because we are going to get into the murky waters of politics, especially as it has to do with Rivers State. I have seated in the studio right now two gentlemen. I hope they are gentle through the process of this conversation. That is, I have Barrister Adubabari Mankitanen, who is a legal practitioner, firebrand, if you may, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Good morning and welcome to Open Conversation on Atlantic Television Network.
Thank you so kindly, and I hope and wish that peace should be in Rivers State.
And on the set today, because we have the chairman Rivers State Civil Society Organization, the NFA Judge, Comrade NFA Judge, will fire himself. You know what I mean. Also seated beside the firebrand, the legal practitioner. Good morning and welcome to Open Conversation. I don't think I like this smiling like.
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Vivian and my colleague in the studio. Surely, we just not just peace, but we hope that there is human progress.
You see, you're talking peace, you're talking human progress, but we'll see how that these two merges. But everyone, let's get on with the conversation, if you may. So, this morning, a lot is breaking in Rivers State, and I'm sure Nigerians are wondering where it is going to. But let's start with this. Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Edison Ehie, has declared vacant the seats of the 25 members who defected from the PDP to the APC yesterday. Now, while declaring their seats vacant, Right Honorable Edison said that by leaving the PDP on which platform they were elected, their seats had become vacant by the provision of Section 109, subsection 1G of the 1999 Constitution as amended. We'll bring you that report. We'll come back to you. There is more where all of this is coming from, so stay tuned.
And the debates by distinguished members of the Assembly on the motion to declare the seat of 25 defected members of the University of Assembly vacant. This House received correspondence, notices, and publications, and letters from 25 members of the University of Assembly for their formal defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress. And we have also confirmed this visually within videos that were posted via media houses and including social media. We are aware 1999 as amended, and our oath of office to defend the Constitution, which is the pronoun of the country and the authority from which every other law derives its power. Therefore, as a legislative assembly, is a gross violation of the Constitution. 9 sub 1 paragraph G of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended attracts a vacation of the seats of these rebel members of the House. Distinguished colleagues, you are aware that from the national leadership of the People's Democratic Party, there is no crisis, there is no division, as we have only one national chairman, one national working committee, one national executive committee, one board of trustees, and in Rivers State, Dominic Derima, Abua Odua State Constituency. Honorable Major Jack, Akutoro Constituency 1. Honorable Constituency. Honorable Prince Chiyeji, Igwere State Constituency. Honorable Barle Wako, Kana Constituency 1. Honorable Martin Chike Amewu, Obiako Constituency 1. Honorable Emilia Loki Amadi, Obiako Constituency 2. Honorable Uchenna Franklin Wabochi, Oba Ebe Mandoni Constituency 1. Honorable Kimjika Ezekwe, Oba Ebe Mandoni Constituency 2. Honorable Davis Arnold, Ogolo State Constituency. Honorable,
I should officially say welcome back from that report. Well, that was Right Honorable Edison A here, the Rivers State House of Assembly Speaker, ruling out the names and stating the reason, that's the reason why that may be possible for a lawmaker to defect to another party and still retain their state, seem not to be on it, which have
said here. The powers inherent in the Rivers State governor is just so too much, and there is a limit to how much you can control it. And again,
I've had occasion of meeting, even interacting with some of my colleagues. And some of them have challenged me and asked me if I was around when the Civil War took place. I was born in 71. I'm 52 years old now. I wasn't privileged to be there. I came in after the war. But I can tell you for free, many have not come to terms with the people who are listening. Pick the signal of what happened in Rivers State yesterday. The moment the law fails, anybody that has his or her strategic thinking cap on should be wary. Should be wary, should be very, very careful. And that is exactly where we are heading. Now, if you check, there are relevant provisions, even the court has held to that position, relevant provisions of the Constitution that are cited as backing for the action that are taken this morning. That is where we are. And then they are moving ahead. I'm sure from what we are even getting that the budget has been presented by the governor. Yes. And if we look at the president of what Wike did, that's why on Wike, if you put the entire budget of all the eastern states together, it did not match. Only Rivers State alone, confirming what NFI was saying here. That is how powerful Rivers State is. The question is, what were the money used for? Recently, we even had him in his outburst. After this step, he said he took the governor to where? Germany. Do you know that in the European Union, the most strongest country is Germany? Do you know what makes for that? The purpose, what is behind that is key. The money that are moved from Rivers State economy alone under Wike, There is no foreign direct investment wicked that for the 8 years he should liaise with Germany or Julius Berger. Let them build skill acquisition center where graduate and non-graduate will be trained in tech amongst others, but he refused. So the law is now playing against his interest, and that is where we are.
Okay, so in essence, what, legally speaking, what Honorable Edison Ehia did right today, this morning, has no legal implication against all the states.
Well, we are in a crisis. I will tell you that clearly, right? We are in a crisis already. In fact, when they went to Abuja, the Federal High Court, we now know. If you ask me, do I have confidence in the law? I will tell you that, my sister, my head is bowed in shame in the light of what came out from the Supreme Court.
All right, so you don't see anything that will affect the state in any way from the action?
The state is moving ahead.
All right, thank you very
It happened under him.
All right.
And this is where we are. What we want in this state is development. And no single individual has power to hijack an entire state treasury. And then everybody will be pushed under the table and they will keep quiet. Look, let me tell you, when buffaloes are united in the jungle, lion takes to the hill.
All right.
That's it.
This buffalo that seem to have been given because the National Democratic constituencies in previous state task force expressing concerns about the potential impact of democracy. He warned that the actions of the 27 lawmakers constitute a breach of the Constitution and insisted they must advance their positions. The NDC also cautioned the INEC to strictly adhere to the They don't stand a chance to fight for themselves. They call for INEC to conduct a fresh election. What is that going to do for the system?
First, let me make it very clear that for those of us in this space, the law, as far as the campaign, what is there for the Amewele-led faction? Is there any precedent as to issue the camp? What did the law say? If a Amewele faction feels they are not comfortable, of course the courts are there for them to approach and get legal interpretation. Then on the other side, the NDC faction is saying and arguing that look at the position of the law. In our mind, look at it. To corroborate what Edison and Co are saying is what Wike said. And I quote, when he had issues with David Umahi, the former governor of Ebonyi State, he said that for the very first time, that we will go to the court and test if someone decants, especially where there is no division. That people have been doing it, that you cannot take, you cannot go and take what belongs to A and give it to B and still subsisting. And you know what? Wike himself said it's on record. Therefore, that what will happen is that Umahi will have to leave and vacate government. That time, he was eyeing the seat of the presidency under PDP. He was eyeing the presidential ticket of the PDP. So it was very comfortable for him, and he said that. So what has changed? So I think that Edison only learned from his former political master, Governor Wike, and clearly took the position that Governor Wike took just about a few months ago. It's not even up to a year when that crisis erupted. Yes, about a few months ago. That because that was very close to the elections when that happened. Really echoing the position of his former political master, and the position of the leader of his political family in Rivers State, and equally taking the position of his senior colleague in law, who clearly on national television. I am very sure your medium equally monitor that event. Where he clearly reinforced, the former governor of Rivers State. then he reinforced the position of the law that you cannot take the position of one party to the other. On the issue of conducting elections, like I said, all of us, be you civil society, media, any of the factions, they seek interpretation. INEC should review all the house that yes. But we are saying that the Rivers State governor should be allowed to govern Rivers State. As at now that he is still there, if the tribunal removes him, fine. The next governor should take care of Rivers State. But as today, Sefora is the governor of Rivers State. We will be holding him accountable for the last 8 years. We didn't get any from the former governor. It increased poverty, and our poverty index, according to NBS, was terrible. Terrible, and that cannot bring human progress.
All right, a quick one, Barrister Manki, so we can move on because we're still in Rivers State, and legally, how real is this?
Well, I'm coming to it.
Yes.
It is INEC that will handle it.
So is legal for them to make this demand?
Yes.
It is possible.
Yes, it's possible.
If INEC concedes to this, it means that in the next 14 days, we could see there's a possibility there will be election to take over those seats.
Now, the danger you are finding is this.
Okay.
In the light of the way law is supposed to be.
I try to get his feet. But moving forward from now, especially after the budget presentation into the new year, the governor should be able to begin to put certain things on ground. We won't, because Tony Kocha has said so, now throw the baby and the bathwater. That is the point I'm trying to make. And to now make excuses for the governor. While we agree that he has a lot of challenges, especially that is a new government, there will be a lot of backlogs to deal with. You are trying to complete 1 or 2 projects. Yes, I think the hospital, the roads, the Anthony roads, and a few others. They are trying to lay, and these are backlog. But I think that the new year, getting into the first quarter of next year, Rivers, while he is pointing fingers at